Does that look like a fair representation of what you're looking at? The last page of that series of texts?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Show us those text messages, baby.
What you write in the blue bubbles starting at the top.
Haha, stranger, stranger.
And what was the response from this read?
Hey, I was at the Hilly all weekend.
And what did you respond at that point?
I have not heard from you.
And by the way, if you look at the next date down, what's the date underneath I have not heard from you?
The 23rd.
So this would have preceded the 23rd, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then on the 23rd, and by the way, after you texted, I have not heard from you, she did not respond, correct?
No?
She did not respond.
Then
No, she
on
didn't.
the 23rd, she did respond with phone works, correct?
In the arrows, like both ways.
Right.
Yep.
And then what did you text after that?
I just said, thought you were all set.
And how did she respond?
She said, we're talking? No.
Yeah, that's not super encouraging, is it? When they say phone works both ways. It's not, sorry I haven't been able to talk to you lately, baby. Not, man, I've been missing you. I'm so wonderful. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Hey, let me give you a call right now. Sorry I haven't been as responsive or as attentive as I should be. None of those things. Just a phone works both ways message. Not exactly the most encouraging message that there's truly a fire. Woof.
So clearly with that last text, her response was, in response to you saying, thought we were all set, she said, with talking, no. Correct?
Yep. Yes.
Did that indicate to you that with flirting, yes, we're all done?
No, I didn't read anything into it.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
But you did read where she said, with talking, no, correct?
Yes.
And then you responded, how?
Ooh, sounds like he's getting friend zoned pretty hard. Getting pretty friend zoned pretty hard. It's like, oh, with talking, no. It's like, dude, just let her go. It's not worth your time. But he wants her. He wants her, so he's gonna keep on hope, baby. He's gotta keep on hope. All right, let's see what else happens.
Do you recall that you openly shared the details of your interest in Miss Reed with your work supervisor at the DOJ?
What? Hey, boss. Just want to let you know I'm trying to get it with this girl, and it's not going really well. Thanks for letting me know, I guess. What the hell kind of conversation is this? But he's going to talk to his work supervisor about it. Sure.
Now, you've already indicated, and I don't think we need to go into a lot of detail about this, but I want to ask you just in general, the mood at the waterfall was good spirits, correct?
It was great. Band was playing.
You did not see any sort of tension between John and Karen?
I did not.
Nobody seemed overly intoxicated?
No.
You had had several drinks before you even got to the waterfall, right?
I think it was 3 to 4.
Did you drink
Okay.
additionally at the waterfall?
I did, yes.
Did you drink whiskey or beer or what?
Whiskey.
Okay. How many do you think you had?
I couldn't put a number on it.
Was that
At
many?
least a couple.
And ultimately,
At least a couple. It's always 2, isn't it? Every roadside stop. How many drinks have you had? It's always 2. So I had 3 to 4. How many do you know? I don't know. It's 2. I'm thinking it might have been a little bit more than 2. Okay, so you had a couple drinks. At least 6 that you're willing to admit to. Okay, maybe feeling a little friskier that evening. All right, let's see what's going on.
left from there in your personal vehicle and drove over to, that's the Jeep, drove
The Jeep,
over to
yes.
the waterfall, correct?
I drove over to the waterfall.
I'm
I
sorry.
was at the waterfall.
Left the waterfall, drove over to 34 Fairview.
I did, yes.
When John walked in to the waterfall, were you already there?
Yes.
He greeted you, you indicated, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
Karen walked in with him.
Yes.
But she did not greet you, did she?
I think they kind of went like that, different directions.
Right.
Yes.
Did she greet you?
No.
Right. So she walked over toward the corner of the bar, and John came over and greeted you, and then walked over and joined her, correct?
Yes.
You know, for a woman who says that she wasn't done with the talking stage, sounds like she might be done with the talking. Didn't even greet you. Didn't even know you're there. Wow. Wow. Now, this wouldn't be so bad, incidentally, if he had enough, manhood to be like, you know what? She doesn't want me and I don't care. But, his latching on, the beta orbiting thing. Yeah, it's not a good look, sir. It's not a good look. I think you're old enough to like learn not to do that anymore, but I guess not. I guess being an ATF agent doesn't teach you that lesson.
Karen didn't stop what she was doing when she was over in the corner of the bar and come over and say hi to you.
I didn't have any interaction with her that night, no.
So safe to say that throughout that evening, once she was sidled up next to John O'Keefe or friends that she was with, she never turned back around and came over and even acknowledged you, correct?
That's correct.
So she basically ignored you the entire evening.
That's not how I interpret it, no.
I didn't ask.
Okay. Well, so we're going to try to like save a little bit of our ego and a little bit of our face here, right? So I don't want to say it because I want to maintain face. Okay, so she paid attention to you. No. Okay, so then she ignored you. Well, I wouldn't say it that way. Dude, there's not a lot of other options here, man. Okay, this is fun.
I asked you how you interpreted it. I asked you what she did. Did she ignore you or did she pay attention to you?
Objection.
You can go ahead and answer that. Did she ignore you?
No.
No.
So she paid attention to you. Came over and said hello, shook your hand.
Yeah. So that's a good funny moment right there, right? So he asks, so she ignored you. No. So she paid attention to you. And he just sits there dumbfounded because he knows he has nowhere to go. He knows he has nowhere to go. It's like either she ignored you or she paid attention to you. It's like, and so, yeah, he realizes it's not going great for him and his ego.
Gave you a hug.
Well, just because somebody didn't come over doesn't mean they ignored you.
Did she do those three things?
I don't know. I mean, if they don't come over to you or greet you or talk to you in some way, I mean, kind of means they ignored you, I think. But okay. All right.
Hug? What was the other
Say
thing?
hello, shake your hand, give you a hug.
No, she did not.
No, she didn't do any of those things, did she?
No.
It's like you didn't even exist.
I think that's dramatic. No, I don't look at it that way.
Did she ignore you or not?
No, she did not ignore me.
So what did she do to not ignore you?
She was
What interaction with you?
Can I answer now?
Sure.
She, in my opinion, she was working the room, talking to people, saying hello, catching up.
Right.
That's even worse. That's even worse. So she didn't ignore you. Okay. So what was she doing? She was working the room. She was talking to people. She was talking to everybody, catching up, working the room. Just not working me. Sounds suspiciously like she might be ignoring you. Oof.
The one person she didn't come over to talk to and say hello to and catch up with
Yeah.
is you.
Well, I don't know that I was the only person, but I was one of the people that she didn't say hello to, yes.
Treated you sort of like a stranger.
I don't feel that way, no.
Uh-huh.
She actually positioned herself away from you at the other end of the table on the opposite side in the corner. Isn't that right?
I don't know where she was all night, no.
Did
I
that
don't know.
upset you that she ignored you or didn't pay attention to you?
I did not feel ignored and didn't upset me at all.
But it bothered you enough to send her a text, didn't it?
No, it was a flirtatious text. It was just, that was it.
It bothered you enough to send her a text that said, with 6 M's behind it,
Okay.
and, well, correct?
Well, it wasn't like that. It was, well, that's it.
Just, well.
Well. Wow. The passion that's being exchanged by these, I feel the heat, man. I feel the heat. If I had gotten an wow from a girl, I tell you what, man, we're golden, baby. We're golden. Oof.
Like a well in the...
Aren't ATF agents supposed to be better able at, like, you know, discerning reality and stuff like that? Aren't they supposed to, you know, like detect things and do law enforcement and be helpful to understand when there's like basic truths going on? Nah.
I think you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think you do too, sir. You meant, well, when are you going to pay attention to me?
No, that's not correct.
Well, why are you ignoring me?
Yeah.
It's not correct.
Well, am I chopped liver?
Objection.
All right, that's sustained. Mr. Jackson, let's move on.
And then on January 23rd, as you just saw, she just stopped communicating with you altogether, correct?
Ooh.
Until the 29th, yes.
For 6 days.
Do you know what the term ghosted means?
Ooh.
I think I have a general idea, yes.
She sort of ghosted you, didn't she?
Yeah.
I wouldn't agree with that.
That was frustrating to you, that she just stopped communicating, wasn't it?
No, not at all.
You had been moving through this mindset of exploring a romantic interest with a beautiful woman, thought was interested in you, just like that. It was done, right?
No.
Watch this, Lise. You can actually pinpoint the second when his heart rips in half. And now.